Hey guys, it's Bethany and I am here to do a little skincare demo because I have a lot of products that I love to use and some of them are included in the Bone Deep self-care box that I'm putting together, and I thought that you might want to know what it is that I use and how I use it. Now, first thing you need to know is that I'm a pretty low maintenance person. I do not do this full regimen every day. In fact, there are probably days when I do not wash my face when I get up in the morning. That's because I live a lifestyle of being at home a lot. But I do love the products that I use, and I love also that they are helping me as a low maintenance beauty kind of person to sustain a decent skincare routine without having to actually follow through and use it every day. So the first thing I'm going to start with is my cleanser. I love the Orange Blossom facial wash. As you can tell, it's a tongue twister, but I really like how clean and light it is. And it's actually neroli oil that is the Orange Blossom mentioned, and I love neroli. So, as you can tell, I'm not actually doing this demonstration in my bathroom. I did a take in my bathroom, but it was too dark, even though my tile is really lovely. When you're taking care of your skin, if you have nice natural products like I do that have essential oils that are good for every part of your body, you can feel free to use them down your neck, where you have sun damage from leaving your shirts unbuttoned. As I go to the next step, I don't need it to be 100% dry, especially since the next step is exfoliating. The satin facial scrub, and it's specifically mint, is really wonderful, and you only need a little bit. So in the Bone Deep box, there is actually a small sample that looks like it wouldn't be very much, but it's probably actually a month's worth. This I'm actually not going to demonstrate on my face because, as I mentioned before, I already did a take of this video, but just a tiny dab goes really far away. It has jojoba oil beads, which are naturally dissolving and biodegradable, so it naturally forms into the little balls, and so you don't have to worry about the microbead controversy with these. I love to use this on the parts of my skin, particularly where I know that there is dead skin accumulated. So I won't probably put it around my eyes as much. I'll use, go across my nose and my cheeks and my forehead, where I tend to have more of that need to exfoliate. So I'm using it on my hand, and I will have nice and shiny hands, which tends to happen anytime I do a demonstration of the skincare. When I'm using a lot of the products, my hands have really beautiful skin for days afterward. The next step is to use a toner, and a toner is actually an interesting product. When you clean your skin, you want to open up the pores to get in there, to get impurities and toxins out. But with the toner, you then are closing it in, which is why you exfoliate before you put the toner on. Because the toner tends to be a very thin liquid, you can kind of play around with it. You can also give your skin a little love. You want to be very gentle with the skin on your face, skin anywhere really. But an esthetician who spoke at beauty school when I went actually showed us a little bit of facial massage that she uses with her clients to just stimulate the skin and the organs that they're associated with. And another speaker who is a Hollywood makeup artist showed us also that there are these acupuncture points along different parts of your face that you can put oils on and then give yourself a little natural facelift. Okay, since I have done already a couple of rounds of this product, my skin is starting to look really, really rosy and pink and good. And tomorrow it will look even better because the oils will be working overnight. All right, so after I put on the toner, that might be it for me for most days. Because I tend to have pretty oily skin. I don't need a ton of moisturizer, but in the Bone Deep box I am including a moisturizer of one kind or another, and I particularly prefer rose ointment. It is kind of a perfect one to use for different applications. It could be your lip balm, it could be something that you just put on little spots that are breaking out, or dry skin. It's a heavy moisturizer, so it's almost something that you might prefer to use at night unless you have serious dryness in the morning, if it's the winter or something. Because it is so good and heavy for the winter, that's why I'm including it in the Bone Deep box, which is more winter associated. Okay, so I've moisturized my skin. If I wanted to, I could apply makeup, but I usually don't. If I do, I will use maybe a little bit of mascara and eyeliner. And so for the end of the day, I make special sure that I remove that, because I do use products that might have stuff that isn't quite as wonderful for the skin and the body. And in that case, I will often use one of the more foaming cleansers, both the gentle art cleanser and the rejuvenating cleanser, or whatever it is, have that foaming so that I can use it and very quickly remove the makeup. But I am not done with my daily routine, because I also need to add some oils. And so at some point, I might choose an oil for the day. I'm usually applying oils, essential oils, throughout the day. If I've gotten out of the shower, I may use a massage oil to moisturize my skin all over my body. Or if I have used a body wash in the shower, I have a couple of different ones to choose from. I'm actually including both of those things in the Bone Deep box. And while this is not the exact one that I'm using, the Sensation Bath and Shower Gel is what was put in my tester kits, and I'm going to be blending my own using the Sensation oil in a base that is the same. So, the Sensation oil itself is ylang ylang, rosewood, and jasmine. Those are all wonderful oils for a woman's mood and also for the skin. Those two things are very closely related, because a lot of the organ systems that are related to both hormonal balance are also closely related to how our skin looks and whether those hormones are balancing us, because age is essentially hormone imbalance and skin becoming sun damaged, as well as showing what's going on in our organs as they are under stress over years. So that's why with Bone Deep, I've gone for oils that are specifically good for lifting the emotions as well as helping the skin. I have blended also a couple of little samples of oils that are some of those same oils. So because the Sensation oil is in several of the other products, this is one that includes cistus, I believe frankincense, and bergamot. Bergamot being the fragrance that is in Earl Grey that makes it distinctive. It's a citrus oil. And cistus is called rock rose or rose of Sharon as well. It is a wonderful earthy but floral smell that is just really grounding and really gladdens my heart. So that's why I'm sharing it with you. Now these little bottles, they have little little caps to slow down the oil coming out, but from what I can see, it can be a bit tough for the oil to get out there unless you touch it, which is fine. So I might put an oil like this that is perfumish on my neck, behind my ears, on my wrists to smell, or if you know me, you will also know that I often wear a little necklace like this. This has a spot for me to put my oils in, and it was handmade by Eric Johnson, who is someone who uses a lot of essential oils too. And I really love having this to smell the oils throughout the day. It's diffusing from my necklace as I go on. And even once I've stopped smelling it, other people are smelling it because they haven't been wearing it all day. I very often get compliments like, oh, you smell so good, which since I only wash my hair about once a week is always really precious to hear. All right, so that's it. That's my usual skincare routine. And by usual, I mean, when I think of doing it. But all of those products are really lovely. They're based with essential oils that are great for the skin, for the health, for your health in general, and they do not contain products that are going to be contributing to chemical buildup or toxins in your body. In fact, quite the opposite. But that's why I've put together a sampler that I think will get you started in the right direction in the Bone Deep box. So let me know what you think. Let me know what your skincare needs and tricks are, and I will talk to you again soon through Unlock Coaching.